Yes, Erica, what is it?
Sir? Sorry to disturb you, but I've just received a hand-delivered letter for you marked urgent.
Read it to me, please.
Yes, sir. You are cordially invited to attend a gala soirée this Saturday evening in celebration of the new and prosperous future, Ryuchi Hayano.
Thank you, Erica. RSVP immediately. I will definitely attend. Well, well. The time has now come. As we have already arranged, you take care of the president. Don't rush anything. An old man like that can easily be dealt with. What do you think? Why don't you join the party as well?
I helped Akano escape. I'm Kim Hosaka, but please, just call me Hosaka.
Hosaka? And who exactly are you?
I just told you, I'm Hosaka. Kim Hosaka. Weren't you listening?
I didn't mean that.
I didn't think you would do such a thing.
What do you know?
Well, I do know a certain amount. It's easy to get into the Hayano industry lab. But when it comes to destroying it, it's a different story.
I told you that we've completely destroyed their anti-proton core.
Ah, you misunderstood. It was an exact duplicate of the real thing, but it was just a model for testing stress levels and core heat tolerances.
Test anti-proton core? What do you mean?
It couldn't function as an engine. The damage that you did meant nothing to the project. Your mission was a complete failure.
Shit! I've done it all for nothing. I've made such a mistake.
I knew it. We shouldn't have counted on you.
What? Shut up, old man.
We now know that Hayano Industry is involved. The underground lab was their property. There's no doubt that the government is involved too.
Yeah. We can say that Hayano Industry has power over the government.
What? Hayano Industry has the power to do that?
Yes. Hayano Industry cannot be seen as a single company, but more like one that affects all the companies around the world. So it's obvious that they have consent and power to construct a shuttle.
Right. Things are starting to make sense now. It's all coming together.
By the way, I heard you intended to destroy the shuttle. But then what were you gonna do? Without the ship, it was likely that all the people would have died there.
You're right. The destruction of the ship would have meant the extinction of humans. But we knew all that. Only a small proportion of people could be saved with the ship anyway. The rest would all have died when the air cooling system came to its end. There's only 10 years left before this would inevitably happen. Unless we have another plan.
That's why I'm not happy with what you guys are planning to do.
Well, you seem to know more than we do. Do you have a plan?
Yes, I do. Another plan which would save the whole population.
What?
Go on then. Tell us your other plan.
This new plan of mine would save everyone's life.
Everyone could be saved?
How?
In 10 years' time, the air cooling system won't be able to cool down the Earth anymore, and people would die. But if we can change that, so that the air cooling system won't come to an end, the problem would be solved.
Really? What exactly do you mean?
Stop telling us bullshit!
Have you ever heard of such a thing called hull drive?
Hull drive? What is it?
If we can use the hull drive to power the air cooling system, we could save the Earth.
Hull drive? Huh? What are you talking about? That's all bullshit. It's only a legend and it's never gonna work. It's a useless idea.
I'm asking you, what's a hull drive?
Scientists see this as a legend. But apparently a technology exists which enables the production of unbelievable amounts of energy. A hull drive could be created with such a technology, but to succeed in building a hull drive would be incredible.
Only a small amount of energy is needed to function the hull drive. And if you think about the small amount of energy that it uses up, its performance is thought to go on forever.
Is such a thing really possible?
I remember hearing about some research that was being done on this about 100 years ago. But I also heard that the research was interrupted.
They obviously realized that it was impossible to create such a thing. I'm sure this thing about the hull drive is a story made up by the scientists that existed 100 years ago. Scientists without a brain. They were just talking without really coming to a conclusion.
Well, you don't conclude much either, Grandad.
What? Shut up!
You're wrong. The hull drive is not a legend, and I'm sure it exists somewhere.
What exactly do you know? Come on, tell us.
Is everything ready for the party?
Yes, sir. We're almost ready, sir.
There will inevitably be an attempt to sabotage our work at this party.
What exactly do you mean?
Our aim for tomorrow will be to get the bastards at the party. They usually spend their time downtown mixing with ordinary people, so that they don't get noticed and live happily. If they continue to bomb our construction sites in the name of environmentalism, they're going to unearth Meridian. But I have plans for them all. At tonight's dance, I want our doorman to be careless, admitting anyone who shows up.
Careless, sir? I don't understand.
I've had it leaked to the street that all the heads of our company's most ambitious projects will be attending this dance. If some of our enemies show up to glean information, I want them to be able to waltz in, but not out.
The hull drive is not a legend. It was already completed 100 years ago.
What?
A 100 years ago, there was a scientist called Marius. You may have heard of her. She was known as Dr. Hull. She pioneered the work on the hull drive. The research was very nearly completed, when suddenly, Marius inexplicably disappeared. We'll get both the hull drive and the research data.
Why?
Well, we've come this far.
Exactly. When Dr. Hull discovered Hayano's real reason for backing her, and how deadly her invention could be in the wrong hands, she stopped her work on the hull drive. She then recorded all of her notes and data, and went into hiding. Hayano searched for her, but without success. No one has seen or heard from her in 50 years. But I've located it all. I know where it is and how to get it.
And what happened to her?
Unfortunately, we don't know what happened to her after that.
Really?
All this occurred 100 years ago, when Marius was about 50 years old, so it's obvious that she's passed away by now. The research seems to have continued. However, she was the only one who could finish the hull drive.
So both Marius and the hull drive have become a legend.
Marius was such an incredible woman, wasn't she?
But this means we basically can't do anything.
No, it's too early to give up. The unfinished hull drive must exist somewhere. The hull drive that Marius produced and left nearly completed must be somewhere. If we can find where it is, and locate the research data she used, then we may be able to do something.
If it really exists, it's not impossible.
Even if we do find the hull drive and the data, who's gonna finish the work? Remember, Marius doesn't exist anymore.
What? I can't believe it. A chance for you great scientists to work together as friends? And you're so unmotivated.
What?
You knew that?
Do you remember? A long time ago, I asked you to look into finding another solution.
You? You're the one.
Are you the guy who helped us to escape?
So, you remember now? Yes, I am. Now I think you guys can do this. I don't think anyone else in the world can.
Who are you?
I can't tell any more now. The important thing is that we all collaborate together now and find the information concerning the hull drive.
Okay then. Since he saved our lives, Raz.
According to the documentation, it took Marius 20 years to discover the correct working order of the hull drive. So if we don't have the data, we'd never be able to make it.
Huh? We do know where the data is.
What? You sure about that?
Yes, I'm quite sure of it. When Dr. Hull was developing her invention, she ran out of money. So, she made a deal with Hayano Industry, who funded her work for part ownership.
Hayano Industry?
Yes, only because of the hull drive's potential as a deadly weapon. A friend of mine has already sneaked into Hayano Industry and just told me she found the chip. But for now, it's safer for my girl to keep the chip hidden in her office.
Well, it looks like we're just going to have to go in there and get it.
Yeah, without blowing her cover or getting us all killed.
Do you think it really exists? The stuff they're on about? The inexhaustible energy?
I don't know. But I think some of that stuff is true, and Marius knew very well.
I know the bastards are eager to come here to Hayano Industry. The idiots think that Marius is still alive. She probably became rich and used that money to live in vice. You don't believe she's alive, do you?
Ah, no, sir.
I want your men to be on their toes once everyone's inside. Have them keep their eyes open for anyone suspicious.
Of course, sir.
By the way, I scheduled a dance party. Interesting, isn't it?
Dance party?
We will have all the guests to dance in the hall. Do you think the bastards are able to dance? They're like ordinary people from downtown. They're not ballroom dancers like us. So they'll definitely be identified straight away.
But, sir, is that enough?
I have you to worry for me, Kondo. We have to get them, and we will. But tonight we have a dance to attend. Who knows? Maybe nothing will happen but dancing.
attend a Hayano industry party?
Yes, it's perfect. We can get the chip from Karen and not blow her cover. The party's tomorrow night at the Aqua Liberty Ballroom, and we sneak in.
You mean we sneak in without being seen and somehow get the chip?
That's right.
It doesn't sound a very easy...
I've got a plan in my mind.
What plan?
It's going to be you and me, Akano. You've got to dance with Karen.
Huh? Dance?
Yes. Your eyes meet. She has a rose in her hand. You embrace. Your passion ignites. You dance all night, and then she lifts the rose in the air and throws it to you. You catch it. The chip is in the rose.
Huh? What are you talking about?
This is the decision.
I'd love to be there to see his passion ignite.
Oh yeah? Well, at least my passion is capable of igniting.
All right, you guys. Akano, it's got to be you. You'll draw everyone's attention dancing with Karen, and while they're watching you, I can fish around for more information. Of course, we're probably going to have to shoot our way out. Just don't lose the chip.
Been detected and we know who you are. You have no chance, so you better surrender right now.
I don't know anything about the sabotage going on. You must let me go!
If you don't surrender right now, we will be forced to use our weapons against you. You don't mind being shot, do you?
Go ahead. If you've got the courage, you'll never be able to shoot me! All right. Don't give up. I'll leave.
Those idiots.
What were they on about?
Children of the Earth. The Children of the Earth are a small dedicated group of environmental religious fanatics who worship the Earth as their god. They constantly struggle with the dilemma of whether or not the soul is born from the Earth and ultimately returns to it after death. In an effort to save their god, the Earth, these environmentalists engage in bombing new construction sites in opposition to the government's perceived anti-environmental policies. It is rumoured that their leaders are hiding as ordinary people in the city, but these are only rumours. The Hull Drive. Dating from almost a century ago, the Hull Drive was thought to be an inexhaustible source of energy. This theory was pursued by a scientist called Marius who, it has to be assumed, eventually concluded that the project was impractical, as she has since disappeared without trace.
Let's start now. I've already sorted out the invitations. The party is tomorrow, so please get plenty of rest today.